Revenge stories are quite popular in fictional media, and they often follow a common pattern. A character usually goes down a dark path, blurring the line between right and wrong with questionable actions. In many cases, revenge stories feature a group of so-called heroes who become narrow-minded, focusing solely on their vengeful plans. When it comes to anime, this theme reaches a whole new level. While there are many revenge-driven anime stories, only a few truly stand out and send chills down the viewer's spines. In this video, we'll discuss the top 10 iconic moments of revenge in anime that have left a lasting impact on the anime world. So, without further ado, let's get started. On number 10, Tatsumi's revenge on Arya. Tatsumi seeks revenge after he witnesses the tragic deaths of his two friends, Sayo and Ieyasu, at the hands of Arya's family. Tatsumi joined the night raid fueled by pure anger over what happened to his dear friend Sayo. She endured terrible torture, which fueled Tatsumi's desire for ruthless vengeance. However, things got incredibly complex after he met Arya. At first, Arya seemed like a sweet young girl, appearing kind, optimistic, and caring. She even extended an invitation for Tatsumi to stay at her home, but in reality, she was just like her family. They subjected Sayo to torture and eventually killed her. When the night raid attacked, Tatsumi, misled by appearances, tried to defend Arya. However, when the truth about Arya and her family came to light for Tatsumi, he held nothing back. With a swift and decisive strike from his sword, he ended Arya's life. It was a moment that brought a deep sense of satisfaction to witness. Next, we have Naofumi giving a new name for Malty on number 9. On a list of stories about revenge that would restore your faith in justice, we had Naofumi's quest for justice against Malty in The Rising of the Shield Heroes. Malty quickly turned into the ultimate villain from the start, making viewers eagerly await her well-deserved punishment. She betrayed Naofumi by falsely claiming he had harassed her. Naofumi's quest for revenge against Malty is a tale of redemption and triumph over betrayal. We all secretly hope to see her face the consequences. With the help of the queen, Malty finally got what she deserved, and even the king faced the consequences of his actions. All her lies were exposed, and every time she tried to lie again, she received her just punishment. We almost wish she had lied more. As the shield hero, Naofumi endured constant oppression and false accusations orchestrated by Malty. However, instead of giving up, Naofumi showed resilience and resourcefulness. What makes this revenge story so satisfying is witnessing Malty's fall from power. Her web of lies crumbled, and this also showcased Naofumi's growth as a character. Witnessing Malty's downfall is a gratifying experience, especially now that she has a very interesting new name. On number 8, we have Irms doing revenge for her dead sister. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is quite an unusual anime, and it's talked about by a lot of people. It's a series where characters find themselves in some strange situations and have to deal with some pretty creepy bad guys. Irms seeking revenge for her sister Gloria is a particularly memorable and satisfying revenge moment in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Stone Ocean. Irm's story in Stone Ocean felt a bit familiar because Polnareff's story in Stardust Crusaders also revolved around avenging his sister's death. When Sportsmax killed Irm's sister Gloria, he heartlessly disposed of her body in a gutter. Shockingly, the bastard only received a mere 5-year sentence for such a heinous act. In response, Irms turns to robbery to get herself locked up in the same prison with the goal of avenging her sister's unfair death. When Hermes finally confronts Sportsmax, she drowns him in a sewage pipe and ultimately defeats him. She gets some help from FF and Jotaro's daughter Jolene, and every punch she lands on Sportsmax is in memory of Gloria. This revenge is especially satisfying because Sportsmax ends up suffering in the cramped pipes of the prison with little air to breathe, ultimately meeting his end in a miserable way. Next on number 7 is Lelouch with his ultimate revenge. Now I understand that my personal bias might have influenced my decision to place this entry high on the list, but let's be honest, it was an incredibly satisfying moment. So at number 4 we have Lelouch from Code Geass, who rebelled and ended the lives of his parents. I'm sure many of you were eagerly anticipating this one. Lelouch in Code Geass is the child of Marion and Charles Britannia, the Emperor and Empress of the Britannian Empire. Following his mother's assassination, an event that also left his sister blind and crippled, Lelouch confronts his father, questioning the lack of effort to protect them. However, the Emperor's response is far from kind. His father banished him and his sister Nunnally to Japan, where they were used as political tools. They assume new identities and ultimately discover the truth about their parents. The siblings uncover shocking revelations, including the fact that their mother is still alive and that their parents orchestrated their sister's blindness. They also learn of their parents' sinister plan to initiate Ragnarok. This revelation prompts Lelouch to reject his parents and their world domination plans. He decides to exact his ultimate revenge by using his geese power to turn the tables on his parents, resulting in the deaths of both Charles and Marianne. Lelouch then ascends to the throne as the new emperor. On number 6 is Spike versus Vicious. In Cowboy Bebop, Spike and Vicious used to be friends long before the series started. Spike, a rising member of a crime syndicate, and Vicious, another member, were like brothers. However, their friendship took a complicated turn due to a love triangle with Julia. During his time as a Red Dragon enforcer, Spike worked closely with his colleague and friend Vicious, who was in a relationship with Julia. Julia and Spike eventually fell in love with each other, beginning an affair that led them both to try to leave the syndicate. Tragically, Julia lost her life when Vicious sent a hitman after them. In the end, Spike seeks revenge and engages in an unforgettable rivalry with Vicious. What made this revenge so satisfying was the deep history and complex relationship between the two. In the end, Spike managed to shoot Vicious to death, but he also suffered serious injuries. One of the reasons this moment is so memorable is how the show concluded. Cowboy Bebop solidified its status as a classic and legendary anime series due to its bittersweet ending. While the animation might appear a bit dated, the emotional intensity and impact of the scene cannot be denied. What's even more compelling is the uncertainty surrounding whether Spike survived, underscoring the idea that revenge always comes at a cost. Next in the 5th spot, Shikamaru's brilliant strategic skills against Hidan. Who can forget the classic moment when Shikamaru defeated Hidan in Naruto? Shikamaru proved himself to be a strategic genius when he sought revenge on Hidan after the evil shinobi killed his teacher, Asuma, in Naruto Shippuden. Right after Asuma's death, Shikamaru began plotting his ultimate revenge strategy. Since Hidan was immortal, Shikamaru came up with a brilliant strategy. If he couldn't kill Hidan, he would bury him alive. He devised an incredibly detailed plan to trap Hidan, and he used the shadow summoning jutsu to cover his body in explosive tags. The most intense moment of their battle came when Shikamaru, with a wide grin, threw these explosive tags at Hidan. The explosion still scattered Hidan's dismembered body parts everywhere. Shikamaru made Hidan dig his own grave, even using Asuma's lighter to ignite the explosions, as if Asuma was the one getting the revenge for himself. Hidan's body fell into a pit, and his head, which had come off, vowed to find a way to harm Shikamaru. Shikamaru made the pit cave in, burying Hidan under the debris as he screamed. Though believed dead by Akatsuki, Hidan is in fact alive, but is dying slowly from a lack of nutrition. On the 4th spot is a controversial anime with the protagonist Keiaru. In Rito of Healer, the main character, Keiaru, who is a healer, is mistreated multiple times by others. He's even held captive by Princess Flare of the Jiril Kingdom, who subjects him to both physical and mental abuse. However, Keiaru unlocked a unique ability of his healing power with the help of the Philosopher's Stone to travel back in time. So he goes back 4 years to seek revenge against Princess Flare and others. Princess Flare also experiences both mental and physical torment at the hands of Keiaru. This payback is undoubtedly satisfying for him, given the extreme suffering he endured during his captivity. Keiaru was also able to exact revenge on the man-hating Blade. He tricks Blade by turning himself into a woman, and he lures Blade to a remote location and traps her in a room with 3 men who have been drugged with a powerful aphrodisiac. Keiaru continues breaking Blade's will to live, and she dies in despair. We can't help but sympathize with Keiaru, even though he might seem like the antagonist. However, it's important to note that these scenes are not suitable for everyone, especially children. The controversy surrounding this anime didn't go unnoticed, but the author and the studio remained unfazed by the criticism. On the 3rd spot is Gon bashing P2. In the world of Hunter x Hunter, the big moment happened when Gon, driven by an unshakable thirst for payback, faced off against P2, one of the terrifying chimera ants responsible for killing Gon's friend Kite. This long-anticipated showdown carried a lot of emotional weight. The reason behind Gon's desire for revenge was deeply rooted in his affection for Kite. Seeing his mentor figure brutally killed by P2 sparked a blazing fury within Gon. This fiery determination in Gon made P2 seriously regret everything. With his newfound strength, Gon went after P2 relentlessly, like a vengeful force. This revenge moment was not only satisfying but also quite sorrowful, as it revealed a new side of Gon. The animation depicting Gon's rage was extraordinary. It was brutal, and the way Gon did everything in his power to exact revenge stirred up a whole range of emotions in the audience. The 2nd spot is for Roy grilling Envy like a barbecue. This moment came after Envy killed Mace Hughes, leaving Roy consumed with anger and a strong desire for revenge. Fate finally granted Roy an opportunity, and he confronted Envy, who had been seriously wounded after taking numerous hits. Envy attempted to insult Roy, but before they could finish, Roy unleashed a powerful torrent of flames. Each snap of Roy's fingers enveloped Envy in a massive fireball. This relentless and fiery retribution is a fan favorite. Much like Shikamaru's tactics, it's one of those moments that fans of the anime can't seem to get enough of. Roy's unwavering determination and Envy's agonizing screams as he was repeatedly attacked make this the top pick on our list. These are some of the most gratifying instances in anime when characters get the revenge they've been seeking. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing, liking, and clicking the notification bell for more content like this. Don't forget to check out the links in the description as well. Top of the list goes to this cute ball of massacre, Rimuru. You once believed that in that time I got reincarnated as a slime, everything was peaceful and happy. However, in this particular scene, things took a dramatic turn. Throughout the series, Rimuru faced formidable foes and found himself in dire situations. He had to use his most powerful abilities to overcome these challenges. As Rimuru grew and acquired powerful abilities, some truly devastating skills manifested. This transformation occurred after Tempest was attacked by humans, resulting in the massacre of some of its citizens. In response, Rimuru decided to seek revenge. In one extraordinary attack, he eliminated every enemy soldier in the camp, leaving only the king and the wizard alive. Rimuru also had his subordinates brutally defeat the so-called human heroes and murder them. The sound effects, along with a sudden absence of music, added to the epic nature of the scene. The animation quality was among the best in the series. None of us anticipated the sheer devastation this attack would bring, and even a countdown of casualties had us on the edge of our seats. This was a legendary moment that caught everyone by surprise, and it was incredibly satisfying to see Rimuru finally exact his revenge without holding back and turning into a demon lord. If you enjoyed this video, please like it. If you're new to the channel, subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay updated. Also, share your favorite moment from this list and suggest your own. Catch you in the next video.